Hey guys, so I wanted to kind of share a little bit about what's been going on recently. Um, as many of you know, if you've watched my past videos the past couple weeks, I've really been struggling and just kind of figuring out what I believe about God. Um, and I'm sorry if the lighting is horrible, um, but I I've had some really cool past experiences this past like week or two, and it's really I think kind of made up my mind like, hey, this is definitely what I want to do. This is where I should be. So one of the things I want to talk about is, as I kind of told you about in the last video, I'd gone to a Mormon church a couple weeks ago, and the entire time I'm sitting there, I'm just not getting the right vibe from it. Like every other church I've gone to in the past, I've always gotten like some kind of a vibe, saying, okay, this is okay, it's not horrible, it's not great, but like I like it here. I think I'm gonna stay for a while. I didn't get that. I really just kind of got that, like, this is weird, you know, I'm not comfortable here kind of vibe. So I decided, I told them I would pray about it, and ultimately I made the decision not to go back there, because of the fact that it just wasn't right for me. So I was really beginning to question, okay, God, like, if that church isn't right for me, where would you have me go? Um, And, I've still been going to house group and stuff the past couple weeks. And 2 weeks ago, we had, like, a really cool time where basically the entire night we just split up between girls and guys because of the subject that we were kind of talking about. We were talking about the story of David and Bathsheba. And so, with that being a little bit more sexual kind of, we decided to split up into between girls and guys. And I had some really cool stuff going on during ministry time that night. For a lot of you that don't know, I've had issues with pornography in the past, and still do, and it's a struggle. But I really started to feel God trying to, show me that there's freedom from that. And I had freedom from that for a few days, before the enemy started to attack again, which was a great thing, and that really made me want to press into this more. And then this past week at house group, I'm still questioning, where do I go to church? What do I do? Is this right? And we're sitting there during ministry time again, and somebody had gotten a word for me, and they drew a picture, based on that. And during the time where we were, allowed to share what we got, she shared with me and the whole group that she had felt like God was saying to me that he wanted to give me his whole heart. And she wrote this explanation to it, and it was just so beautiful. And it really solidified to me that God has been seeking me. He is trying. He wants to give me his whole heart, but I haven't been accepting it. And I still, we all have our struggles. We all have those days. And I realized that I'm in the right place. Just by what happened on last Friday night, it was amazing. Just to have that, and then have her pray that over me. And then to have me go and ask somebody, hey, can I pray for you? Because I felt like God wanted me to pray for them. That simple. Something I'd never done before. I'm experiencing all these new things. And, it's just amazing. And, this past Sunday, I didn't actually go to my church because I have a hard time getting up in the morning, especially since we usually go to first service now. Instead of going to the 11:30 service, we go to the 9:30 service. So that means I have to get up early in the morning. But I'm really glad, though, that I actually skipped because I watched this online service from Lake Point Baptist Church. It's in Texas, which it's nice to be able to have that online streaming tool. So I was able to watch their service, and it was talking about owning up to our past, and the fact that, you know, we aren't perfect. God knows we aren't perfect, yet He still loves us. And, it was an amazing, amazing service. Like, it's so hard for me to describe exactly, like, what I was feeling. But I could totally tell, though, that this was the truth. Like, some of the stuff that they said, they talked about getting real about your failures. Yeah, we're all going to mess up. Nobody's perfect. One of the things that they said, guilt says I made a mistake. Shame says I am a mistake. We all suffer from guilt from time to time, but that's the time that we need to go repent. Once we start becoming ashamed, and once we start to feel that shame, we start to feel like that we're nothing more than a common mistake. We start to think that we are the mistake that we made. And then another quote that I absolutely love, and I totally needed this, because seriously, the past few days, ever since this service, I haven't struggled really at all. It says your past isn't your past if it's still impacting your present. And I can't tell you how much I actually needed that, because for those of you that kind of know my story, all the bad stuff I've been through in the past. That I've struggled for years and years and years with depression, anxiety, PTSD, all this stuff. And for a while I was starting to have flashbacks and stuff again, just because of the things I was getting involved in, during this time of seeking God. It wasn't very good. And so I decided, that I'm not going to let my past affect my present or my future. The past is in the past and I can't change it. The present, it's a gift, and I need to take every day, as it's given to me. In my future, God's got that in His hands. I may not see what exactly is going to happen. I mean, right now, yeah, I'm unemployed. I've basically just been doing work around the house to keep my parents happy. That's the way I've been kind of looking at my situation. But, I'm just thinking that, every time I have to do the dishes, or every time I have to do this or that or this, I'm serving the Lord. This is showing my parents a different side of me that they didn't know before. This is allowing them to see a brand new side of me that they didn't know existed, that I didn't know existed. And it's all because of these past few weeks of just amazing opportunities that I've gotten and that God has showed me. His grace, His mercy, His love, everything. It's so amazing. And I couldn't be more happy, to be honest, just with how things have been going. I'm just so amazed each day at how God just loves us so much, and I'm amazed each day at His grace, because I still mess up. I still do things I shouldn't, but God still loves me. I realize now that when I begin to feel guilty about something I've done, I need to just start repenting instead of holding it in, because God already knows. And that I know that I'm not a mistake. I know that my life isn't a mistake. Even though sometimes I feel like it might be, I always just kind of question God, like, what are you doing? Why am I here? Why am I not in a better family? Why am I not in a good Christian family? Why did you put me in the place you put me? Why can't I keep a job? Why can't I go to college, full time, like normal kids my age? Why can't I do all these things? But I'm learning that God has been allowing me to experience things through Him that I never would get to if I was in college right now, full time. If I was working full time, I wouldn't be able to do this. God is just so amazing. And I really strive to follow Him now. I've made that decision here recently. Even just talking to you, I'm just getting so excited. Like, I want to start going, I want to start getting involved in church again. I want to start, continue to go to house groups, start reading my Bible every day, start doing all these things like I should. And I'm just so grateful to God for everything that He's done in my life here. Even just the past 2 weeks, it's been a miracle. I went from not knowing what to believe to being so strong in what I believe because of God and the things that He's done. And I'm just so grateful for the opportunities that I've had over the past few weeks. And that's all I really wanted to share. I just wanted to kind of share these awesome opportunities and stories that I've had. So thank you guys for watching, and I will make another video soon. Bye, guys.